Have you ever felt like your own mind is your biggest enemy? That inner voice whispering, "You're not good enough. What if you fail?" It takes a small thought and turns it into a storm, one that keeps you up all night, tossing and turning, drowning in anxiety. Sometimes it gets so loud you start to believe it. Maybe I really am weak. And you wonder, why is this happening to me? Every decision feels heavy. Every moment of joy comes with a hidden layer of worry. You've been fighting your own thoughts, but it never feels like a fair fight. But here's the truth. You're not alone. In fact, according to studies, nearly 73% of people between the ages of 25 to 35 are silently battling this invisible storm. It's a psychological struggle that doesn't show up on the outside, but inside it's slowly tearing us apart. In this video, we're diving into that mental enemy we all face, overthinking, or what psychology calls analysis paralysis. And more importantly, we're going to talk about how to break free from it. So, what is overthinking? That habit of replaying the same thought over and over in your head without any real solution. That's overthinking. Psychologists call it analysis paralysis, where your brain gets so overwhelmed with possibilities that you can't move forward. You wake up and your mind latches onto something small. Did I send that message wrong yesterday? What must they be thinking of me? And throughout the day, it snowballs. What if I gave the wrong answer? Will people judge me for it? But why does this happen? Let's break it down. First reason is cognitive biases. These are mental traps, false patterns of thinking we're not even aware of. They distort reality and feed our overthinking. We tend to believe only what supports our fears, exaggerate tiny problems, or assume the worst-case scenario. Sometimes we go along with what everyone else thinks just to feel safe, even when it doesn't make sense. These biases hijack our decisions and make us spiral. Second is perfectionism. When we expect everything to be perfect, from ourselves or others, and we can't stop obsessing over tiny mistakes. You hit send on an email and then you reread it 10 times. You turn in an assignment and lie awake wondering about one small typo. The constant fear of messing up drains our mental energy and fuels overthinking. We hold ourselves to unrealistic expectations and it's exhausting. And third reason is emotional avoidance. Sometimes we overthink because we're avoiding uncomfortable emotions. Instead of feeling guilt, sadness, or anxiety, we get stuck in loops like, did I do the right thing? What are they thinking about me now? It feels safer to overanalyze than to sit with the pain. But in reality, it only drains us more. But what's going on in your brain? Here's what science says. When you overthink, your prefrontal cortex, responsible for planning and decision-making, goes into overdrive. At the same time, the amygdala, which processes fear and anxiety, also lights up. That's why small issues start feeling massive. Overthinking affects your focus, ruins your sleep, drains your energy, and chips away at your confidence. Now, for the good news, there are ways to break the cycle, and they're not complicated. Here are 2 proven, science-backed techniques you can start using today. First is rumination-focused cognitive behavioral therapy, RFCBT. This technique is designed specifically to tackle overthinking. Here's how it works. When you catch yourself stuck in a thought loop, write it down. Then look at it as an observer, like you're analyzing someone else's thoughts. Ask yourself, is this thought actually useful? Is there anything I can learn here, or am I just stressing myself out? Challenge the thought. What evidence do I have that this is true? Is there another way I could look at this? Studies from University of Utah, Ohio State University, and University of Exeter have shown that RFCBT can literally rewire the brain, weaken overthinking circuits, and help you regain control. Second is mindfulness meditation. This is about bringing your thoughts back to the present moment. It's simple. Spend just 5 minutes a day sitting quietly and focusing on your breath. Feel the air as it moves in and out. If your mind wanders, and it will, gently bring it back to your breath. Mindfulness helps reduce the brain's default mode network, the system responsible for mind wandering and overthinking. It also lowers cortisol, the stress hormone, and helps reduce anxiety. Even a few minutes a day can make a big difference. You can use a thought journal or set a meditation timer, whatever works for you. Remember this: you are not alone. Yes, sometimes your mind can feel like your greatest enemy, but you also have the power to make it your strongest ally. All it takes is a little awareness, a bit of patience, and the courage to take that first step. You've got this. I'll see you in the next video with a new path toward making your dreams real. Liked the video? Tap like. Share it with a friend and subscribe for more. Your future self will thank you.